How's it going, everybody? It is Lockhart here, and today we're talking about Outerplane, and this was actually a recommended game to me by a Reddit user by the name of Kamiyuni, and it was not a game that was on my radar at all. Actually, I didn't even know it existed, so I know it was released in May, and I didn't pick it up until I think a couple weeks ago, and it is made by Smilegate, and some of you may or may not know, Smilegate is a big Korean publishing company, and they do a ton of games, and Epic 7 is actually one of them, and you will see so many parallels between those that game and this game. And I played Epic 7 as well, and I definitely feel like there are a lot of similarities, not especially, but in the story. If you get through the end of the last chapter in normal mode, so I'm in hard mode right now, which is, as per described, very difficult. And once you get through normal mode, you will find that something happens, and it's like, wow, is this like an Epic 7 prequel or what's up? Even down to the way the game plays. So, you know, it is a hero gacha, and you do farm your equipment, so you can continue to transcend your heroes, and they get additional abilities when you get them to like their max level. And the gear itself too, you will recognize is that they use gear sets. So once you get to set 4, you get both bonuses as such. And just for some of you folks who have played Epic 7 for quite some time, I don't believe that the speed set is king in this game, but they do have a speed set that gives 25%, and you do go through your legendary gear as well. So you have 5-star gear, and you have a little additional stat boosts, and for min-maxers, this will probably be very end game for those folks. For me, I'm just kind of going through the game, still getting a good feel for it to see where I land. I will say that the skill level up is way easier than Epic 7. Epic 7 skill level up was horrendous because each class had their own materials. When you enhance skills, it is basically tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you just have books that you have to collect, and all of your characters use the same books, and the benefits are huge. So like from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. It's really nice to be able to do it easily. Characters do have skins as well, and they do have special gear. The special gear is actually similar to more of like your FFBE, where you do get a Trust Master that is well hidden. Right there, you get this item once you are able to fully bring up that intimacy level. So, you know, I got a long way to go. So let's see, if I use 16, that doesn't even get me that much. Each character has something that they do like, and you can use that to each character, so that way they can continue to level up their trust and be able to get that TMR. Now, when we talk about gameplay, this is where it gets crazy identical. Like it's a 4 grid or line, so they do change it up depending on the size of the boss, which I find very cool because it gives. Alright, so when we get like a big boss battle like this, it's nice because the view changes and it offers a new perspective. So it kind of changes and gives you a different feel of like the gravity of the battle. Like all your characters are lined up, and it's honestly, it's a nice change of pace because it feels like kind of added effort, you know. So it's not necessarily something that will like make or break a game. It's just nice to see. So like I was saying, when it comes to like using alts and not removing not being removed from the game via like a different animation. It's really nice. It makes the game feel a little bit more seamless, and helps with that immersion. So like I was saying, so when the rage meter goes up, you're going to want to try to break that meter by going into your chain. Ideally, this middle person would be a companion as well, but I have not gone to that point yet. Oh. I forgot to kill the units on the left and right sides, so I won't be able to break her barrier, so that is my mistake. I might just buff, but let me just kill this guy over here. Going to use this. Unfortunately, at least I'm starting to break barrier, and I'll be able to get them out of rage. So Tia is really good at being able to heal off turn. The thing is that like sometimes it's not when you want it to be. Again, going back to the alt, same character, no change in animation, which is awesome. And then see if I can just should be able to break it now using the skill chain again. You can see that each skill kind of breaks it down. I might be left with 1 or 2 points, but 4. It took too long, so character is going to use the boss is going to use a big attack. Oof. Super rough go. She has a chance to heal with a regular attack. Hopefully I can break it at the same time. I might just end up killing, so that works out really well. He's my tank. Still just gonna give it a go. Oh. So now like when I do use an attack, it'll hit for max damage because there will be a reduction in resistances and such. Alright. So that's kind of like a little bit of a look there when it comes to like fighting somebody on a big monster scale, and then a little bit slower pace when it comes to also how the combat looks. Understand? You can auto most things, and you'll have to manual others, because if you don't, then they'll use the chain ability maybe too soon before the rage is up, and you blow their chain attack, and you're stuck with like an enraged boss. Now, another thing that I really appreciate is in the side story, it's basically your shard farming, which is super nice. Now, this is like really generous. You don't see this too often, but even though it's like a lot, so I need to get to 150, and this is so you get them at 3. So your top rarity units are 3 stars, who can go to 6, but like when you get them at 3 stars, you need to go from 0 to 150. If you slow build, you'll still get like 12 a day roughly, or about 15 a day, which is still pretty good. Like after 10 days you'll get 1, but then the thing is like from 3 to 4 will be even more, 4 to 5 will be more, 5 to 6 will be like, you know, even more. So it only takes longer, but obviously the benefits are huge because the characters get really strong. So it's good, but you know, I'm sure they will continue to rework it. But yeah, a lot of your high rarity units, as you get them, will unlock side stories, which you'll get more resources to pull and stuff like that. Your other farming areas are here. Your gold, your leveling up enhancement, or leveling up for your characters enhancement, so that way they can continue to break level cap. Armor, weapons, and talisman skill manuals, and then typical tower event. And these are surprisingly really difficult as you continue on with it. You know, like you do have to gear out after a certain point in time. I'd imagine at where I'm at once I've beaten, normal mode, as I'm already feeling the wall of having not strong gear. So I do need to gear up. I do need to max out levels and stuff like that. I do like to work on permanent stats first. And by permanent stats, I mean like getting as many levels as I can, maxing out the skills if I can, and then continuing to transcend where possible, because all of those are they have 0 RNG elements to them, like you know what stats you're gonna get every single time. And once I hit that wall, then I start working my way to gear, and the game does provide, I wouldn't say generously, but they do give quite a bit, which is nice. So something for you to kind of keep in mind as you play. Like, you don't have to worry too much about getting gear, because you do have I mean, I don't know if it'll disappear, but there is a kind of like a little quest here. As you kind of go through it, you can see that like, oh, once I get to stage 8, I'll get this one. And even when I was in stage 6, I got these pieces of gear. So you like 2 pieces of attack, or I don't know if these were attack, but this is HP for sure. I get mixed up with attack and crit all the time, unfortunately. And you kind of just move onwards, and you'll continue to get like more stuff as you progress through the game, which is really nice. You do get like a lot of loving materials going through your achievements as well, so making sure to collect those. So yeah, the game gives. It's like not like completely barren by any means. And last but not least, or sorry, not last, but not to be forgotten, is this are your banners. At this point in time, we're already in summer, so I've already missed quite a bit of banners. I think I missed one actually. And we're in summer, where Air is your summer unit, Eliza, and then Demiurge Stella. And I did not pick up on this, which I should have, but Demiurge is, or Stella Demiurge, I don't know, Demiurge Stella, let's go with that, is a premium unit, meaning that like to pull her, it's going to be a little bit more. I think it's 2250, whereas when you get tickets, these are about 15 something or 1600. So it does cost a lot more. Apparently she's completely busted and really strong, but what YouTubers did not mention to me, as I mean, not that I asked, because I was just watching videos, but they do not mention the fact that you have to go through all of normal mode before this banner is available to you. And even though it is available, it's only until August 16th, it looks like. So because the banner was available since June, so it's been a hot minute. But there is a ticket system, which honestly they've been pretty good with. Like they give you premium, and then they give you these ones too, which are like your normal. And this is like the only thing you have to pull, because again, really you're just farming for gear. And even through the normal tickets, like one of the characters that I randomly got was Saren, which was a healer, which was awesome. My second copy of Noah was actually also from that. Leo was also from that banner, who I got randomly. So it's not like you're not going to get anybody. But I guess in the same breath, I'll also mention that your main characters, so Snow, Leisha, Kay, and Eva, all 4 of them will also get a lot of shards to transcend. So from 1 to 5, this was all done through story mode. So this is by the end of normal story, without doing too much of the side quests, you will get a lot of shards for them, getting them to 5-star. And then this is like the 6-star, which you know, I think the 6-star is like the same for the majority of everybody, and so is like 5 and 3. The one thing I will say though is MC is kind of cool. Like I don't hate him. I think he's all right. He is a tank unit, still does some DPS. His skills are pretty cool, and I wouldn't like. I've played games where like the MC is kind of like unlikable or unrelatable, and it's very like isekai moments where I don't know. I think it's all right. I don't want to dig into it too much because there is like some character development through story progression and such, and then I'm getting into spoiler territory and someone's just gonna flame me for that. And the last two, okay, so there's only two parts. So you get into the base, and in base is kind of like where you can randomly collect resources. You gotta use your management facilities in order to really upgrade it. So a lot of that you'll get naturally, and you'll continue to get more expeditions, building, supply workshop. All of this is like kind of helping you in the grind aspect of the game, and sometimes you do get something really good from your base. And PvP, which is like pretty self-explanatory, you get a lot of shards for that, and currently in the state of the game it's not hard to climb, at least past gold. Once I got to platinum, I was like I was getting like bodied. It was pretty awful. And then the guild function, which is just me by myself. If you want to join, please feel free. It's Crucius, but that's a CRUXIS. Guild raid going on, and other guild events. Nothing super crazy out of that too. So again, if you're a type of person who really liked Epic 7 but weren't crazy about the art, then I feel like this is a great game for you. Because for me, the art was a bit of a turnoff, but the story was great. The gameplay was great. The alts were great, but if only like the the generic gameplay portion that you saw most of the time was a little bit better, that'd be awesome. Again, you kind of get the gist of each of the characters, and they do have their own little. Some of the characters have yet to be introduced, but you'll get like a really good idea of like who everyone's about and their background. And I think that's it. Just gonna do a single poll because I got the free one for the day, just so everyone can kind of get a good idea of what that looks like for poll animation. I think this is absolutely a horrendous pick, so it is fine. But I would highly recommend you pick up the game. It is not a side game by any means, so if you're gonna pick it up, it's a whopping game, but one worth enjoying. Well, thanks for nothing. Anyway, so that's that. If you've watched until this point, please like and subscribe. I am making my way to my goals, which is either, well, both goals I want to reach, but if I get to 1k subs or 100k views total, I would love to do a raffle and be able to give away some Gunpla to one lucky person, because I am a big fan. If you can't see, it's right there. Master grade or real grade, depends on which one I'll be able to get my hands on. It's not like I am in an abundance of money, so it'll probably be whatever I can find. And that's it. Thanks everyone. Have a good night.